Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Oaklawn Today. I'm Frank Miramati, along with Nancy Holthus. Nancy, 2 weeks left in this season, but a big week coming up as we start the Racing Festival of the South.
That's right. This weekend, the Phillies are center stage in the Fantasy, but we are going to start a little earlier with Dawn at Oaklawn, sponsored by West Rock Coffee, and I'm going to be joined by trainer Wayne Catalano.
That starts at 7:30 a.m., and you won't want to miss Wayne. He's an outstanding horseman who's had a great season. Remember, we don't race on Easter Sunday, so it's a Wednesday through Saturday schedule this week and next week. Let's look at the conditions. A fast track for the opener. Maiden claimers, fillies and mares, 3 and up. The tag, 12,500. In the gate. And they're off. Adieu, Dreamsicle, the first 2 out. Here comes the second burst now, sprinting up to take the lead. Same as it ever was is now a joint third, with Smokin' Red just inside of her, moving into contention. Vivian's Legacy is right next to that rival. At the rails, Psalms is only 2.5 lengths off the lead. Then comes Parade of Saints with 10 to make up, 2 clear of Glimpse of Greeley. Dreamsicle, who broke well, is now second to last, and Olivia's Hope is at the back of a strung-out field. 3 furlongs out, the second burst cruising along. In front by a length, Vivian's Legacy in pursuit second. They're followed by Adieu on the outside third. Psalms on the fence is in fourth with 3 to make up. Then Parade of Saints, who's moving up, racing on the outside of Smokin' Red, who's weakening. Same as it ever was is next as the field turns for home. The second burst opens up now to lead it by 4. Adieu on the outside moves into second, followed by Vivian's Legacy third. Then it's Parade of Saints in fourth. Final 1/8 of a mile. The second burst by 3. Adieu getting closer and coming fast now. And Adieu overhauls the second burst close to home and makes her debut a winning one, bidding farewell by about 5. The second burst second. Third went to Vivian's Legacy and then Parade of Saints. Adieu, a first-time starting daughter of Heckle, scores for Steve Asmussen, who owns her in partnership with his dad, Keith. Ricardo Santana Jr. was aboard. Glimpse of Greeley claimed by Scott Young. The second burst by Kelly Von Hemel. On to race number 2. 6 furlongs the distance. These are $8,000 claimers. And they're off. Midland Man, Gentleman's Code are the first 2 out of the gate. Stars Valentino moves through along the fence in third. The favorite Drama Coach is fourth with 5 to make up early, then Kate's Forest and Flyby Dubai. Stars Valentino gets to the front by 3/4 of a length. Midland Man is racing off the rail and just a slight bit awkwardly with Gentleman's Code in third. Drama Coach cruising up on the inside fourth, still about 4 lengths off the lead. Kate's Forest and Flyby Dubai. 3/8 to run. Stars Valentino a 2-length lead. Drama Coach cuts into that margin very easily now. The lead down to a 1/2 length as Drama Coach poised to pounce. Flyby Dubai picking up momentum. Midland Man is dropping out of it. Gentleman's Code is next. They're at the top of the stretch. And Drama Coach has taken control. Opens up to lead by 3. Flyby Dubai chasing gamely into second. Stars Valentino is a weakened third. They're in the final furlong. Santana takes a peek back, and it's lights out. Drama Coach, an incredible achievement for a tremendous horseman. 7,000 North American wins for Steve Asmussen, the future Hall of Famer. Drama Coach wins a historic race for Steve Asmussen. Congratulations to him and his entire team. Clark Brewster, longtime owner, and Ricardo Santana Jr. sweeps the double. Chris Hartman claimed Drama Coach in a 4-way shake, and Gentleman's Code was claimed by Brett Calhoun. On to race number 3. 1 mile and a 16th the distance for Arkansas-bred maidens, 3 and up. And they're off. Wekiva Hunter in the center of the track is going out for the lead, but it's Del Rio Leo now sprinting up. Sure, taken in hand early. Late Act here is up close as well. Just behind them, Explosive Verruga 5 wide. Cat Mountain Hunter Henry covering a lot of real estate. Wirth Road is very eager through the opening furlongs. He is now racing in 5th. Mr. Atomic is about 10 lengths off the lead as they make their way onto the backstretch. Hunting Manda, Dramatic Brassy, Seymour Red. 5.5 furlongs to go. Del Rio Leo by 1.5 lengths. Sure, still under a hold in second. Then it's Wekiva Hunter clearly third. Late Act here is fourth with 5 lengths to make up. At the rail, explosive Verruga. Cat Mountain is racing in the red colors. Hunter Henry moving up, taking up sharply there was Mr. Atomic, and it wasn't very smooth for Wirth Road either. Both of those had some difficulty with dramatic Brassy outside of that pair. Another 2 back to Hunting Manda, and Seymour Reds at the back of the pack. Into the far turn, Del Rio Leo maintains the lead, 3/4 of a length to Sure in second. It's another 5 back to Late Act here in third. Cat Mountain fourth, Hunter Henry fifth, and not really responding. Hunter Henry dropping out of it. Mr. Atomic is inside of him. Dramatic Brassy on the outside. Hunting Manda trying to launch a bid from well out of it. They are at the top of the stretch. Del Rio Leo still there. Maintains a 2-length lead with a furlong left to go. Late Act here is cutting into the margin. The same true for Cat Mountain on the outside. Mr. Atomic one from the rail as Del Rio Leo comes up empty. Dramatic Brassy on the scene late. A 16th to go. Late Act here, Mr. Atomic. Late Act here drifting in a bit, but maintaining the lead. And it's Late Act here to score 3/4 of a length to Mr. Atomic second. Third went to Cat Mountain, and it was a photo for fourth between Dramatic Brassy and Hunting Manda. Late Act here puts it all together in career start number 17 for the T&L Thoroughbreds LLC of Margaret Haas and Tom Burwell. Tom Burwell also the winning trainer. Jareth Loveberry aboard, and Mr. Burwell co-owner and co-breeder. Congratulations.
Want to bet? Even when you're not at the track? Now Arkansans can watch and wager online from anywhere. Introducing Oaklawn Anywhere. Visit the Oaklawn Anywhere booth to join and fund your account with cash at the window or by direct deposit. Get a $100 bonus for signing up. Go to oaklawnanywhere.com for details. Oaklawn Anywhere, now everywhere for Arkansas residents.
I firmly believe that any man's finest hour, the greatest fulfillment of all that he holds dear, is that moment when he has worked his heart out in a good cause and lies exhausted on the field of battle, victorious.
At Westrock Coffee, we celebrate the determination and spirit of the people of Rwanda who help us make the finest coffee in the world.
This is Steve Landers. This is SteveLandersAuto.com. We pride ourselves on making your shopping experience as easy as possible. That's why we're proud to introduce SteveLandersAuto.com, where you can shop from both stores, Steve Landers Toyota and Steve Landers Chrysler Dodge Jeep. It's all about inventory. Thousands of new vehicles, every pre-owned option you can imagine, all at SteveLandersAuto.com. So remember, this is Steve Landers. This is SteveLandersAuto.com.
Lake Hamilton. Historic downtown. Bathhouse Row. That's just part of the history made in Hot Springs years ago. But your first day on the lake, enjoying a meal fit for kings, or just being on top of the world, that's the kind of history made in Hot Springs every day. So come make yours. Visit hotsprings.org today.
The fourth race brings out a field of 11 after the scratch of Hunting Diamonds. They're off. Devilishly Clever breaks out very nicely, as does Shady Creek, hustled up, and Sarah's Swingtown between them is a bit quicker than both. Fox Hollow Storm moves up to claim third. Then our Walking Deputy, Naughty Moon, is next. They're followed by Morgan's Curiosity, 7 lengths off the lead. Razorback Red just inside of him, followed by Bolero, Morluck's Secret, and We Have Rainbows is last with a half-mile to go. Sarah's Swingtown shows the way, 3/4 of a length, pursued by Devilishly Clever in second. At the rail, Fox Hollow Storm. Our Walking Deputy is racing in between horses, and outside of them comes Naughty Moon, now a joint third. Razorback Red getting into contention in the green silks has just 3.5 lengths to make up. At the rails, Shady Creek trying to make some progress. Bolero between them. Morgan's Curiosity is next as the field turns for home. Devilishly Clever, the leader. Shady Creek is coming gamely. He's just behind Sarah's Swingtown. And Razorback Red has a clear shot at Devilishly Clever late. Devilishly Clever a length and a half. Now it's 2. Shady Creek, Razorback Red are chasing determinedly, but it will be Devilishly Clever to win it by 3. Shady Creek up for second. Sarah's Swingtown, Razorback Red. Devilishly Clever takes a significant drop in class and scores for trainer Stanley Roberts and owner Jack Henry. Jack and Christine Henry bred this son of Tactical Cat. Here's the 5th race at a mile, scratch numbers 2, 7, and 12. And they're off. North of Oswego is sprinting out to the lead. Sierra Delta, there goes the favorite Noon Sky now to claim second. Bundler fourth between horses, Durantula on the outside, then it's Feathers in the Sky, L plus Jones, Wild and Crazy and Midnight Haze, the early trailer. Around the first turn, and North of Oswego leads it by about a length, with Noon Sky cutting right into that margin, while Eager in second, and then it's Sierra Delta at the rail third. Bundler fourth. Durantula racing fifth, 8 lengths off the lead, followed by Feathers in the Sky inside L plus Jones, Wild and Crazy between those two, and 4 more to Midnight Haze. Down the back stretch, North of Oswego by a half length, Noon Sky still under a very tight hold in second. Then comes Sierra Delta with 3.5, 4 to make up. Bundler is clearly fourth, 2 clear of Durantula. Then it's Feathers in the Sky, Wild and Crazy, L plus Jones, and Midnight Haze. Into the far turn, North of Oswego maintains the lead. Noon Sky now a length back second. Just behind them, Bundler a closer third. At the rails, Sierra Delta is in fourth with 2 to make up. Durantula fifth, 4 lengths off the lead as they come to the top of the stretch. And North of Oswego continues to battle on. Sierra Delta, Noon Sky suddenly under heavy pressure. Bundler swings up on the outside, top of the stretch. North of Oswego by 2.5 lengths. Sierra Delta trying hard from second. They're followed by Bundler in third. Durantula takes fourth. A 16th to go, and North of Oswego leads them on a merry chase. Scores by nearly 3.5 lengths. Second to Sierra Delta, Bundler, and Durantula. North of Oswego showed absolutely nothing in his first 2 starts this year. Chris Hartman gives him a tumble in class, and he responds by taking him coast to coast. Joe Rocco Jr. up for James and Wasita Driver. We'll come back with the late pick 4. The early pick 4 paid $1,877. Noon Sky was claimed by T. Ray Cannon.
The beat goes on.
Touchdown Arkansas got the jump, and it'll be touchdown Arkansas.
5 races sponsored each year.
They're in the final furlong. Delta Flower, under extremely confident handling, is just toying with the competition.
The best of Arkansas.
Lady Lake gonna get there. Lady Lake will win it.
$2,000 bonus for Arkansas-breds winning in open company at Oaklawn in 2015.
Delta Flower, do you know what I mean? Delta Flower will win it.
Start in the city and head out. Wait. No. Start in the country and work your way to the city. Yeah. Maybe in one of our mountain ranges. Ooh. Or the Delta, where the blues was born. Or the Timberlands. Actually, it doesn't matter where you start. There's something surprising, something delicious, refreshing, invigorating, relaxing, wherever you begin your vacation in Arkansas.
When it comes to having fun and playing all your favorite games, Oaklawn Gaming is only minutes away, and that always beats out-of-state casinos that are hours away. And winning beats not winning. Oaklawn Gaming has the best odds around, and the spa city of Hot Springs. With great hotels, fine dining, exciting nightlife, and more, why drive farther? Oaklawn Gaming, Arkansas's favorite place to play. Go to oaklawn.com for your $10 free play coupon.
Now playing at Steve Lander's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. The 2015 Chrysler 200, a next-generation mid-size sedan with best-in-class horsepower, 36 miles per gallon, 9-speed automatic transmission, and starting at just $21,700. Plus, the new Chrysler 200 was named the must-drive car of the year. Come see this year's industry blockbuster at Steve Lander's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, above the Rave Theater on Colonel Glenn.
Terry, moving on to Thursday's card, who gets to be the Sentinel Record pick of the day?
Well, on Thursday, we're going to go to the feature race, the 8th race, and the Barnum trainer, Rusty Arnold, is going to send out 20-1. 20-1 was a winner of his only previous start, and I think he showed a lot of class in that day, and I look for him to come right back and win this one. So it's going to be number 4, 20-1 in the 8th race on Thursday.
And don't forget, folks, all of Terry's selections can be found in the Hot Springs Sentinel Record.
The 6th race at 1 1/16 brings out a field of 7 $6,250 claimers. And they're off. Flyin Trey and DC Jean, the first two out. Balakor, you're joking, extreme outside. Then it's Southern Parkway, not the smoothest of beginnings for my tip, and Mojo Working is just outside of him. Into the first turn, Flyin Trey a bit wide into the turn, leads 3/4 of a length to Balakor second, and you're joking 3 wide, a length and a half back third. Southern Parkway has to keep pace for it. DC Jean is now back to 5th with 4 to make up. Then my tip and Mojo Working stride for stride at the back. 5.5 furlongs to go, chasing Flyin Trey, 3/4 of a length. Southern Parkway has room and goes to put the heat on second. Your joking takes third, Balakor just inside of him. Then it's DC Jean still 5th, now 6 lengths off the lead. Mojo Working in my tip with a half-mile left to go. Southern Parkway, Flyin Trey on even terms. Your joking's had a good journey into third. Then it's Balakor along the inside 4th. DC Jean now 9 lengths off the lead. My tip and Mojo Working have been stride for stride throughout. It's Flyin Trey, Southern Parkway. Flyin Trey has his head back in front. You're joking, only 2 behind in third. Nothing left for Balakor, who's dropped right out of it. DC Jean into 4th as the field turns for home. Flyin Trey, Southern Parkway, shoulder to shoulder. Clear sailing for Your Joking. He could not have asked for a better setup, but Flyin Trey is fighting on, as is Southern Parkway. Your Joking 3/4 behind in third. Southern Parkway, Flyin Trey, head to head, nose to nose, neither giving an inch. Flyin Trey, Southern Parkway, a length back to Your Joking. Here is the line, and Southern Parkway prevails in a long battle with Flyin Trey. Your Joking, my tip. Southern Parkway takes the blinkers off and battles bravely to score for Gene